Yo, what's going on, everybody? This is Don't Talk Sports. My name is Dylan. In today's video, what we're going to discuss is we're going to talk about the Dallas Cowboys and why I think next year is where they are going to implode drastically. Now, as we all know, the Dallas Cowboys, the big running joke, and I've said it before, a lot of people have said it before, they are always just the team that an accident waiting to happen. They're going to get high, they're going to get hot, they're going to get to the playoffs, and then they're going to come crashing out every single year. But in my opinion, I feel like next season is where this team is really going to hit a downfall. Now, why do I say that? You look at the players, you look at the contract. Micah Parsons is going to be due a contract. CeeDee Lamb's going to be due a contract. Dak Prescott wants to be paid the most money a quarterback's ever been paid, ever, like $60+ million a year. And last time I checked, Jerry Jones ain't getting any younger. And how long is he going to be able to be the owner of the team before, not going to lie, until he dies? So what I'm going to do in this video, we're going to kind of cover the cap space on the team, how they're looking the next few years. We're going to cover the players they need to sign, and we're going to talk about this Dak Prescott situation of how are they going to be able to sign all these players and also build a team around these core players and then still be able to make Super Bowl runs. Because I'm not going to lie, like I said, next season, it's Super Bowl or bust, and then if they don't do it next season, the coach could be fired, quarterback could be let go, and there's going to be a lot of changes coming. So without further ado, if you're going to enjoy it, as always, make sure you drop a like on this video. Be very much appreciated if you do so. But without further ado, let's get into it. Okay, before I go any further, I want to let you guys know every single thing you're going to be seeing here whenever it comes to the info, I'm going to have it all linked down in the description below, so if you see anything on screen you want to go check it out for yourself, feel free to do so. First up, we have this website here, it's DallasCowboys.com. Basically, it just kind of has all their free agent news, everything they did. Right here, you can see everything from free agent news, or free agent and veterans that they signed back, or anything they got, or through free agency. And as you can see, very short list. All they did, Eric Kendricks. They didn't do much. Now, when it comes to players that they had to let go, unrestricted free agents that they had to just let walk from their team, Dorrance Armstrong went to Washington. Tyler Diaz went to Washington as well. Rico Dowd came back to Dallas. He decided to come back on a short-term contract. Offensive lineman, he's gone. He hasn't signed anywhere yet at the time of recording this. Dante Fowler, he signed with Washington. Neville Gallimore, he signed with Miami. Stephon Gilmore hasn't signed anywhere. CJ Goodwin has signed back with Dallas. Jonathan Hawkins has left Seattle. Noah has left. I'm not going to pronounce that last name. Went to Washington. Jaron Curse hasn't went anywhere yet. Jordan Lewis has signed back with Dallas. Sean McKeon hasn't signed anywhere yet. Tony Pollard has went to Tennessee for like a 3-year deal, I think is what it was. Your long snapper came back, and then Tyron Smith is now gone to the New York Jets. So in total, about 8 of your players from last season, and I'm not gonna lie, actually some pretty good players, some good defensive players. Tony Pollard was your star running back, and Tyron Smith, you had some key players all just said, fuck you, I'm leaving. And when it came to your free agency, Jerry Jones didn't do much. All he did was get Eric Kendricks, which a couple years ago, Eric Kendricks, I would have been like slam dunk hire. This is a great signing. Good job, Eric Kendricks. He's gonna be stud in your linebacker room. Now it's like he was good, but nowadays I don't really know. Now the reason behind why they did not sign anybody is because of this whole situation. Dak Prescott. They're trying to give him close to almost $60 million, and right now the breaking news around the league has been Jerry Jones is willing to wait until this season and let it play out until we decide if we're going to be giving him a new contract. Basically, the report is it's kind of 50-50. Some people say, oh, they want to get a deal done. Jerry Jones wants to get this number done, but he's probably still in that boat of like $50 million is what he's willing to give, and Dak Prescott's camp is wanting about $60 million, and I think Jerry Jones is saying, you're out of your goddamn mind, and Dak Prescott is saying, I'm getting my $60 million one way or another, and I think he's probably not going to get it unless Jerry Jones decides to cave. And just a quick little segue for anybody saying that he deserves the money. Last time I checked, how many Super Bowl runs has he made? Oh, that's right, 0. How many NFC Championship games has he made? Oh, that's right, 0. And he's had talent around him. And Jerry Jones has tried different coaches. He had Jason Garrett. He has now Mike McCarthy. Does he need to fire Mike McCarthy and get somebody else in there? And then if this coach comes in and Dak Prescott is still not winning playoff games and getting to the NFC title game and then the Super Bowl, like it's not even just getting to the Super Bowl at this point. It's can you at least get to the NFC title game? And Dak Prescott's not doing that. Like if he was getting to the NFC title game, or if he at least made one Super Bowl title, or at least got to the Super Bowl at least once, I would say, hey, give him the contract. Let's get a new coach in here though, because Mike McCarthy just isn't doing it. And you can say all you want about, well, they're 12-5 or 13-4 the past couple years. Isn't that really good? Yeah, but in Dallas, the Big D, they want chips. They want rings. Now, when you look at the salary cap and look at kind of what they're paying their guys right now, they have about $6 million remaining in the cap space for the year 2024 upcoming. They got that number under. They're kind of figuring things out. But as you can see right here, Dak Prescott for this season, he's about $55 million is what his cap number is. $55 million. A couple of days ago, it was about $60 million. They were able to get that number down, which is a good thing. You can see right here, and some people saying, oh, what if they just decided to cut them? They could do that. It wouldn't save much money. Maybe, like, I think kind of the way the math works here with the dead money and the savings, maybe you save like $3 million. So I don't really think they're going to be doing anything like that. Could they trade them? Possibly. You could try to do like a post-June 1st trade. It wouldn't do anything else either. So when it comes to Dak Prescott, what exactly do you do? Do you give him the contract? Well, here's where we look at it. You give him the contract next year, you have about $100 million in cap space. $100 million. In the year 2025, they have $100 million. Dak Prescott, with him not even being on the contract, it's a void year. They were able to stretch his money out to where they could not have to do like a $80 million dead cap or $80 million cap number right now in 2024. So now they have about $40 million next season. Right now the plan, like I said, they're trying to sign Micah Parsons, CeeDee Lamb, and Dak Prescott. If they sign Dak Prescott back to another contract, and let's say it's the 5-year, $60 million a year deal, $300 million deal, if they decide to go crazy and give him that contract, then we're going to be looking at a number of $60 million cap number. Then you're also going to have CeeDee Lamb probably going to be up around, I would say, $30 to $35 million, depending on what Justin Jefferson and Jamar Chase get. And then you're also going to have Micah Parsons, which is going to probably be commanding about $35 million. So are you seriously going to sit there and say, Jerry Jones, that you're going to give Dak Prescott $60 million a year, CeeDee Lamb $35 million a year, and then Micah Parsons $35 million a year? That's $130 million a year in just 3 players. You're going to have 53 players. Last time I checked, the cap number ain't going up that much. Like, when you look at the cap space for all teams, next year, maybe it gets up to like $270 million, depending on what the numbers are looking like. This year, going up to $255 million, that was a big jump. I was surprised by it. But I think the next couple of years, even if it gets up to like $300 million by the year 2026, you're still not listening. $130 million for 3 players. You also got Trayvon Diggs. His number is going to start capping up a lot here over the next few years. Who knows if you get anybody else? You're going to have to sign some offensive linemen. Zach Martin, what he's doing right now. You're going to have to sign future players as you draft guys. Is anybody else going to want some big-time numbers? Oh, and like I said earlier, Jerry Jones is 81 years old. He ain't getting younger. Now, I realize he can live a long time. He could still go at this for like another 10, 15 years. Who knows? But when it comes to him, he said it multiple times. I ain't getting any younger. He wants a ring now. He's been doing this for a long time. He's the general manager. What more does he have to do with the team? He's tried all sorts of different sorts of coaches. He won back in the day in the 90s. He had a good run there. But ever since then, this team has not been able to find success. You're the Dallas Cowboys. You're supposed to be winning. And they are winning. But when they get to the playoffs, they implode. I think a big question mark that Jerry Jones is going to have to go into the offseason with is Micah Parsons. You're obviously going to keep him. He's going to have to come back. He is your big-time piece for the Dallas Cowboys defense. You're going to keep CeeDee Lamb probably. He's your number 1 wide receiver unless you think you can go get somebody in this draft. If you think you can go draft somebody in this draft, if one of those star receivers, say like Malik Neighbors somehow fell so far to the draft and you were able to get him, go crazy. Go get that man. If any of the other receivers, I'm trying to think off some of the top of my head, but if one of them were to fall, go crazy. Draft one. I think ultimately the big thing comes down to is Dak Prescott. Are they going to give him the big contract? 5 years, $300 million. You're going to be getting about $60 million a year. Then you're going to have to then stretch that number out even longer as time goes on, restructure, get them the cap number down, be able to build a team right now, and just keep going from there. So ultimately, to kind of wrap it up, here's my final point. Like I said, if all these things happen, the Cowboys are going to implode. How do they not implode? I'm going to be completely honest. Cowboys fans, if you're listening to me, you might agree with me. You might think I'm fucking stupid saying this. Let Dak Prescott walk. Do not re-sign Dak Prescott. He does not need to come back. You guys can go get another quarterback, whether it be in the draft, whether it be a free agency. You guys can go get another quarterback. I'm pretty sure you can find somebody. It's like you are the Dallas Cowboys. You are generally going to build you are going to find somebody to run the offense at a pretty good level. I'm pretty sure no matter who you select. And if you decide to give Dak Prescott the contract, you're going to have to, if you don't win it this year, let's say they go back to the playoffs, let's say they win the wildcard round, and they still lose in the divisional round, you're probably going to see Mike McCarthy get fired. Something along those lines is going to happen. Either McCarthy's going to get fired or Dak Prescott's going to get let go. One of those two are going to happen. Whichever one it is, that's Jerry Jones' decision to make. But I'm just telling you, by the time the season ends, if we are not looking up and seeing the Dallas Cowboys as being in at least in the NFC title game, one of those two boys are getting fired. Either Dak Prescott's going to be just giving his helmet and saying, in jersey and saying, you can walk, you can go, or Mike McCarthy's going to be getting his papers and saying, you can go, get the fuck out of here. Because in the Big D, you got to win rings. You got to win championships. And if you ain't winning rings, you ain't winning championships, that team don't need you anymore. But without further ado, I think I'm going to wrap it up there. Hopefully you guys did go on to enjoy today's video. If you did enjoy, as always, make sure you go and drop a like onto the video. Be very much appreciated if you do so. If you want to watch the entirety of today's video, thank you very much. And like I said, if you have a different opinion, do you think Dak Prescott should go, not go? Mike McCarthy should go, not go? What do you think about the Cowboys? Are they going to implode this season? Not implode? If you're a Cowboys fan, leave your complete opinion on kind of how you think the Cowboys are doing this offseason down in the comment section down below. I'd be more welcome to talk about you guys. If you're a fan of the content that I do post here and you want to go and hit that big red subscribe button, feel free to do so. And do not forget to hit that little notification bell to be notified so I can post. But without further ado, this has been Dylan Talk Sports. Have a great day. Peace.